joining us on African Free Press Television. My name is Bridget Okudeli with the news at dusk. The State Security Services on Tuesday arrested a former National Security Advisor, Sambo Dasuki, after placing him on house arrest for about a month. Mr. Dasuki was first arrested by the SSS in July after a prolonged siege on his Abuja home. He was charged to court with illegal possessions of arms and money laundering. Justice Adeniyi Ademola of the Federal High Court later granted the retired colonel a request for his passport to be released to enable him receive treatment abroad. However, the former NSA's plan to travel was thwarted by the SSS, which on November 5th laid another siege to his Abuja residence. But on this morning, SSS operatives ordered the former security chief out of his residence and drove him away amidst tight security cover. A source said he was driven to the SSS headquarters in Asokoro district of Abuja. The Bayelsa State Police Command has confirmed the arrest of 5 members of the All Progressive Congress (APC) over alleged trailing of the convoy of former President Goodluck Jonathan in the state yesterday. But the command said the suspects were not ex-militants as reported by a section of the media, but persons who mistakenly followed the convoy of the former president, thinking it was that of their principal. Jonathan was said to have been trailed by some suspected militants allegedly working for the All Progressive Congress in the state, according to online reports. The men who were alleged to have intercepted and drove into a short motorcade convoying the former president from the Julius Baja Bridge area of the state capital, trailed and chased the motorcade to the entrance of the private residence of the former president at the fancier suburb of Yenagoa, before they were overpowered and arrested by a combined team of security operatives attached to the former president. The former Minister of State for Finance under former President Goodluck Jonathan, Ambassador Bashiru Yuguda, has been arrested by operatives of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC). He was picked up on Monday evening in Abuja at about 4 p.m. local time. According to a source in the EFCC, he's been questioned by a team of EFCC operatives for allegedly receiving suspicious payments from the office of the former National Security Advisor, Colonel Sambo Dasuki, who is being investigated over $2 billion arms deal. Some of the monies allegedly traced to Ambassador Bashiru include 1.2 billion naira paid to him by the office of the NSA through a company and for unclear reasons. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) today arrested the chairman of African Independent Television, Raymond Dokwesi, over the spreading arms purchase scandal involving the office of the former National Security Advisor, Sambo Dasuki, and the theft of 2.1 billion naira from the Central Bank of Nigeria. Mr. Dokwesi was arrested shortly after noon Nigerian time and whisked to the EFCC, where he is now being interrogated. EFCC sources said that under instructions of Mr. Dasuki, CBN paid 2.1 billion naira to the AIT chairman. On the foreign scene, Rochmark Christian Kabori has won presidential elections in Burkina Faso. Mr. Kabori, a former prime minister, secured 53.5% of the vote on Sunday. It was the first election since last year's popular uprising, which toppled long-lasting President Blaise Compaoré. The vote was due to have been held last month, but was delayed by a failed coup in September, led by members of the elite presidential guard. Mr. Compaoré, 64, is now living in exile in neighboring Ivory Coast. The Independent National Electoral Commission says Mr. Compaoré, 58, won the elections outright, and there is no need to hold a second round. UK's Defence Secretary Michael Fallon has told members of Parliament that the UK is already a target for Islamic State extremists and that the threat has intensified. He told the Defence Select Committee that airstrikes alone would not destroy ISIS but could reduce its ability to attack the UK. The Cabinet has endorsed the Prime Minister's plan to debate and vote extending airstrikes into Syria on Wednesday. Labour wanted a 2-day debate and has called the plan a rush to war. David Cameron urged members of the Parliament of all parties to back his case for intervention. The government has published a motion to be voted on which says military action is only one component of a broader strategy to tackle ISIS. It says the UK government will not deploy troops in ground combat operations. The motion would specifically authorize airstrikes exclusively against ISIS in Syria. Officials have announced the death of the new mayor of Juneau, Alaska, after he was found dead at his place on Monday. Police said they received a 911 call about 3:34 p.m. from Mayor Greg Fick's adult son. The 70-year-old, who was elected to the role last month, was declared dead at the scene. Police wouldn't comment on the cause of death and said they hadn't yet determined whether Fick's death was considered suspicious. In a statement, Juneau Police Department spokeswoman Erin Kalwara said investigators were aware of rumors that an assault occurred in connection with Fick's death, but described them as speculation. The result of an autopsy is expected for several days, according to Kalwara. Deputy Mayor Mary Becker, who becomes acting mayor under state law, described Fix as a long-time family friend. She described his death as devastating. For more stories, please visit our website at www.africanfreepress.com. Like our Facebook page at African Free Press, follow us on Twitter at African Free Press, join in our discussions at African Free Press Forum, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at African Free Press. My name is Bridget Okudili. Do have a good day.